I will ask you to do an exercise briefly. An exercise briefly. Can you all close your eyes? Walk with me here. Can you all close your eyes and think of Nigeria? What picture comes to mind? What picture can you imagine in your head? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Sure. What else? What else? Poverty. What? Security. What else?
Yes, man.
Employment. Injustice. What else can you think of? Sorry? What else can you think of? I can't hear you. I heard you, I will not say it. I'm happy that you are with me, you are working with me. Are you happy with all of these things? You are not happy. Okay. It's alright not to be happy. Now let us do another exercise. What's wrong with my microphone? Okay. Can we do another exercise? Close your eyes again. Now think of Nigeria's situation, what it will be like in 15 years from now. Are you seeing anything that has hope and anything that has hope in it? A young man sees hope. I like that. I also see a bit of hope. You are not happy with what it is going to be like in the 15 years. When I said you should think of Nigeria, you mentioned a lot of problems. I think I need to stay on the stage. Okay. You mentioned a lot of problems when I asked you to think of Nigeria. The truth is, I'm not really interested in the problems. As we are not really going to be discussing the problems as such. What are the solutions? How can we fine-tune? How can we work together to bring about solutions to some of the numerous problems that we have? Seated before me are people that have gone through university or polytechnic education for a minimum of 4 years plus X. So I want to believe that the people that I'm talking to today, they are matured enough. The people I'm talking to this morning, they are people that have a foresight, that have a vision. But no matter how much vision you have, if you continue to exist in a situation, in an environment, in a city, in a country, that is not going to promote your vision, how far can you go? My question is, how do we proceed from here? We can point fingers to individuals, to people, to government as being the cause of our problems, but that is not going to be the solution. When we say leadership, leadership is not that person sitting on top. Leadership is that person or the act of taking responsibility. And as I was informed, you were sworn into NYSC service yesterday, I believe. Beautiful. That means you have been given the authority, the mandate to serve your fatherland for the next, how many months?
12 months. 11 months.
11 months thereabout. The uniform that has been given to you. Can I have someone volunteer? Anybody volunteer, please? Anybody? Just come out. With your cap, or if you are wearing a cap, please. Just come out. I'll call you if you don't come out. I won't go too far. Madam, please come. Yeah, thank you. You are all dressed like this. That uniform that has been given to you, if you don't know, is a mandate of authority. As far as the Federal Republic of Nigeria is concerned, there is no office that you cannot enter with this uniform that you have. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? Okay, if you were not aware, now I'm telling you. With this cap that has this symbol on it, it will do a lot. But the question is, how much can you do with it? You have just a period of 11 months to use this authority. It is not going to span beyond 11 months, all things being equal. How are you going to utilize that power that is being given to you? With great power, they say, comes great responsibility. And many of us have been complaining about our leadership. We've been complaining about the government. But guess what? Today you are a leader. Because you can sit down. By virtue of this uniform, by virtue of your mobilization into NYSC, you have a lot you can do. A lot of people will look up to you. A lot of people will see you as their role models. A lot of people will ask you questions on what to do, and they will ask you things that will pertain to their own lives. How are you going to lead? When we call on government and we say they are not doing what we expect of them, do you even understand what they are supposed to be doing? Many of the problems you mentioned when I asked you to think of Nigeria are not peculiar to this country alone. A lot of nations have their own problems. And it has been like that since ages past. Just that we've been trying to fashion solutions to many of these problems that we've not been able to get a full grasp on it. But the efforts of the United Nations in the 19th century gave birth to the Millennium Development Goals in the year 2000, where they came together and brought together some goals that if they can be achieved, then they might have been able to find solution to some of the global problems that exist. How many of you ever heard of the SDGs? I can't see any hand. Okay, I can see a few hands up. This was the intervention of the United Nations, being a framework for global development. And we had a lot of our governments picking their policies from the framework of the SDGs. We had the 7-point agenda. You remember that one? Do you remember 7-point agenda?
Yaradua.
Who came with it?
Yaradua.
Thank you. That was a subset of the SDGs. But unfortunately, the SDGs had a lifespan of 15 years. So it came to a termination in the year 2015. And subsequently, we started the Sustainable Development Goals. Because the SDG did not capture a lot of challenges that we were facing between that 15-year period. So the 8 goals of the SDGs were unable to capture a lot of challenges. Then the 17 goals of the SDGs have been created. And it is a global framework that is going to last between 2015 and 2030. That is what the global community is working on. Any nation, any country Before they take a single decision, they have to consult with the SDG and see if it falls in line with it. Now, I'll ask again, how many of you are familiar with the SDGs? Please raise your hands. I can see only few hands. And that is going to be a little problem. Because if we ask for development in a nation, and we don't even understand what the development is supposed to entail, how are we supposed to achieve it? And I can authoritatively tell you that since we have started the Millennium Development Goals up till the 5th year of the Sustainable Development Goals, it has been core members like you that has been carrying out the process of sustainable development in the 774 local governments of Nigeria. Please give a round of applause to NYSC. And that is why this training is very important. Not just for your training, not just for your consumption, but for the sake of leadership, for how you are going to carry out developmental works during service and afterwards. Most of the people that start with SDGs or MDGs, they don't stop there. They keep going with it through life. Because once it becomes a part of you, you cannot do without it. Once you understand the framework of the United Nations as it pertains to development, it is going to be your watchword. It is something that you are going to look forward to. Now, many of you would have ideas of executing projects during NYSC, because one of the cardinal points of NYSC is CDS, Community Development Service. And that is where the community really feels the impact of core members. When you go there and you begin to help them with some of the challenges they have. And that is where this is also going to be very beneficial to you. By the time you take the training in Sustainable Development Goals, you will know exactly how to proceed, how to do your thing. Our training is not because of your presence in camp now. It's because we are preparing you for the time you are going to leave camp and go to your communities, and even after NYSC. So, for the next few days, 2 days thereabouts, we are going to be working together as a team. Understanding the core of development, understanding the basis of our problems. That's where we are going to start from. When we understand our problems, then we'll start developing models on how to solve them. And trust me, before you leave camp, you will start executing projects right from this camp. Many of the people that have excelled in NYSC through awards and the likes of it, many of them have gone through this training. And like I said, it is not going to end in service. Once you acquire that skill, that knowledge, that mindset of development, it goes with you, it lives with you. So for the next few days, we are going to be working together on development. Anything you need to know about Sustainable Development Goals is going to be taught to you. It is going to be an intensive training, and it is going to be tasking. But not everybody will be welcomed or will be graduated at the end of the training, because there will be a lot of criteria to review before you are finally selected as a DKF. So, this is the long and short that I'll tell you now.